So, like Brent Musburger style, you're looking live at the Anthony Wherley's backyard. He would always say that. Tonight, the two best words in sports, Game 7. So, actually, not Game 7. We still have another one to do. So, all right, this is Game 6. So, hopefully, it's a win.
Yeah.
But anyway, today we're doing 1981. We're doing it from, again, my backyard. It's not 400 degrees like it was when we did it earlier this summer.
Not quite as uncomfortable.
It's not yet. The heat has been replaced by those in my Mason City, Illini Central friends know where I live. They know that I live a stone's throw from the plant of death, where people bring multiple dead animals at a time in a semi, and today's one of them, their days. So enjoy the smell of death while we talk about the year 1981, a year that I actually like a lot. Another year that's kind of top heavy in terms of my top 5 or 6 are really, really good. And then the rest of them aren't bad. It's just kind of shakes out how it goes. So,
yeah, I don't disagree necessarily. I need to apologize. To 1981 because I had it as the worst year, and it's not. My list changed a lot over the last week, and I made my list years ago, and then I've revisited them. So things have changed a little bit, or quite a bit. I think there's depth in 1981. The funny thing is I don't have a single album in 1981 that made my top 25 list.
Which
They're close, but that's not saying anything bad because there's 4 that are in the next 15. There's 4 that are in the top 40.
Yeah,
So.
I guess the funny thing is if you've been watching these with us, you know that we tease each other. We've teased each other since we were in the middle school, like whatever. I think that's an insane thing to say, but you know, we all have different tastes. And the funny thing is I recorded in 1981.
Easy for you to say.
You're right, years ago. And it's already changed from when I did it back then, partly because of the fact that I left something out that I shouldn't have, or I must have been through. I don't know. But again, you're right. You did do yours years in advance and probably have gone back and listened to some things that maybe you would not have necessarily listened to.
Yeah, I hadn't, because we'd worked on all these other years, I probably hadn't paid attention to 1981 except for listening to when you and Caleb did it. I listened to it and then kind of looked at my list, but I didn't work on it at that time. I just compared what I had to you guys and moved on.
Yeah.
So, but this last week or so of starting to go back through things, I've listened to over 40 albums and a handful of them multiple times. And one of them has moved up drastically on my list from like 47 to 28, which is significant. And it's not easy to crack my top 25 because they're all great albums.
And we can get into it. Well, maybe later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of talking all over the place, but
No.
I started doing, if you're just tuning in, I started doing a top 10 list of albums from different years, starting back when I was a kid. I started in 1980. And then Tony and I, who detasseled together, and we just had this memory. This is like what's great about doing this. Is like all the best parts of detasseling, talking about music, being together, but not doing any of the stupid work and being miserable. So then we would walk through the cornfields and we would talk about this stuff. And then one day we're just like, and I shared my list with him, and he's like, I need to do a list and we need to do a podcast. And so that's where it came from. But I also had I've got a top 50 list. It used to be top 25. I've expanded it. List of my favorite albums from the 80s. And then I kind of move it around a little bit.
Yeah, I sent you a screenshot of a text, I texted you a screenshot of a Facebook memory. It's why those people who wonder why I put everything on social media, it does help to remember stuff. But what was it, like 11 years ago, we were walking through the field the entire day. We left Eric with the crew and we went to a different place, and we were working, but we spent the entire morning like walking through the field, listening to the top 10 songs from different bands.
Yeah,
I'd
be like,
band out,
yep.
you do it. And one of the comments below, which I didn't send to you, but it must have been a hot day because someone was like, I don't know, wasn't the heat and humidity unbearable? And I'm like, honestly, for the most part, when wasn't it?
Right.
Like it wasn't like. Although one of my memories today was that we had a pretty good week, like when Gage first started helping us.
Mm-hmm.
Now you would have a year where you'd have a week maybe that wasn't so deadly hot, but
Right.
hardly ever was it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And we were in long sleeve shirts and garbage bags and wearing boots and nets, and here we are talking music.
Yeah, and we forgot about how miserable it was for however long as
Right.
we walked through the field and
Yeah, I
talked
can-
about stuff we enjoy talking about.
Yeah, I can remember. I can remember that day specifically.
Yeah,
that
I
we were
can
doing
too.
that. Like,
I
know-
remember. I don't remember where the field is, but I can see it, and I know what part you and I did.
I literally know this is what's stupid. I can't remember anything, but I do know we were going north and south.
I'm
The
not
field
going
was
to
north,
argue
south.
with you.
Yeah, like we were literally walking north.
Yes,
south. I know
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well.
Which means absolutely nothing.
Nothing
right,
to
so
all of you.
All of that to say, if you've been watching these, great. I've had some people start subscribing, and we've had people send us stuff, and we appreciate it. And honestly, in the end of it, it's not about that. It's us just talking about music, and hope that you enjoy it. And if it gives you an opportunity to find something that you like that maybe you forgot about, that's what we're trying to do. So, anyway.
Correct. So it's 1981. I'm 9. I turned 9 in January. You turned 10 in March. You're in 4th grade. I'm in 3rd grade. Probably not super influenced by music at this time in our lives. But looking back, here we go. Anything to say about 3rd, 4th grade?
It's just funny that, like, when you think about that, how old we were, but yet we still were listening to music.
Yeah.
Like, music was still a part of our lives. Like my number 10, when I say it here in a minute, like, I remember when that was the thing. Like, we listened to it. Like, it was something. I had it on cassette, and I remember my friend Mike and Billy having it on vinyl, and like, we were listening. It wasn't like we came to this when we were in middle school. Like, we were completely oblivious to music when we were this age. We knew what we were listening to. We were listening to this stuff. So.
We had a record player, and my sisters and brother were old enough that they were buying stuff. I was listening to whatever they were getting, and we were listening to the radio. And I had a few 45s of my own, and that's where some of the memories trigger. Number 10 for me. This lady had 2 albums this year before she became part of the Blackhearts. Joan Jett, after leaving the Runaways, puts out Bad Reputation, and that's what the song is about, or Bad Reputation with the Runaways. It's got You Don't Know What You've Got on it, which was a B-side on a 45 that we had when we were kids, and it's one of my all-time favorite B-sides. It's that, and what the A-side of that is, it's I Love Rock and Roll, and it's in my jukebox because it's a banger that's got 2 hits. Also, Do You Want to Touch Me? That one.
No, actually, not
you
at all.
don't. I love the song Jezebel, Let Me Go, and Make Believe. I know she did some covers. I know that it kind of came out. I don't know. I think she gave away some stuff while she was on tour. So this album actually was in people's hands in the 80s, but it didn't like get mass market released, and they added a few things, and then in the next release she was a part of the band, and then it was Bad Reputation by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. And the other album she released that year was the I Love Rock and Roll album, so she was really busy. I really like her. That's my number 10.
Okay. I don't necessarily. I mean, I know it's icon. I know that I Love Rock and Roll is iconic 80s song. But Do You Want to Touch is better than that. Do You Want to Touch is her best song, in my opinion. Her cover of Crimson and Clover is pretty good, but that's a cover. You know me, I have rules to things. But yeah, it's not on my list. It's not on anywhere on my list, and I didn't even put it on my list to consider. And again, if you're watching this and you're like, "That's dumb," maybe, but I wasn't.
I knew you weren't a fan. I knew it wasn't going to be on your list, and that's all right.
My number 10 is something that I kind of thought would be a lot higher, but then when I finally shook it out and put it together, it ended up being number 10. So I really, really remember Business as Usual by Men at Work. It was huge at the time for basically Who Can It Be Now and Down Under. Down Under is like one of those songs on one of your favorite albums that you really don't ever listen to it now because it's been played over and over and over again. Doesn't mean you don't like it, but you will skip it. Like, Dark Side of the Moon is my favorite album of all time, and I'll skip Money just because Money's been played so many times.
Right.
It's still a really good song, and musically it's a great song.
Yeah,
and
I don't
David
skip.
Gilmour is amazing on it.
I don't skip either one of those on Business as Usual.
Yeah, I don't skip Who Can It Be Now, but I do Down Under.
Huh.
But I've said this in many of our other podcasts, so I'm going to beat the dead horse again. It's The Others, as Shaquille O'Neal would have said, that I didn't listen to when we were kids. The last song on it is called Down by the Sea, which is a fantastic song that wasn't a hit. If you've never listened to this album, or you have and you didn't give those songs a chance, do it. People just love to play with words.
Mm-hmm.
That song, I didn't write it. I wrote little notes, so I got to remember to finish the name of the song, and I can see it in your eyes. The songs that I wouldn't give a chance, obviously when I was 10, are the ones that I love the most, and I will actually seek them out. Like, I will go listen to them in 2026 because I really do. And I couldn't wait to get it on vinyl, to re-get it on vinyl, and I listen to it often, and I love it. It's a good album.
It's on my list here pretty soon, so I'll talk about it again there. I won't add too much, actually, because you said just about everything.
Number 9.
Number 9. This was, man, when I first started looking at this was sitting at number 15 on my list, and I thought I just had it there out of respect. But Prince's Controversy is really a good album. He's starting to be the Prince that we all know and love. His first 3 albums, some of it can be pretty raw. He sings in falsetto, I think, too much, and some of it can be repetitive. And not to knock Prince, do whatever he wants, but Controversy to me came out in '81, and then just immediately he blows up when 1999 comes out. When you listen to this, it's like listening to 1999 if 1999 was a double album. There's 2 songs on it I really don't like, but that much. But there's always a couple on a Prince album, except for one. But Controversy, Do Me Baby, the last song, which I won't say what it is. There's a song called Sexuality and Private Joy, and then there's a couple that I just don't care for, but that album's pretty darn good.
It's not on any of my lists, and I always feel guilty for not putting Prince on there because of how much I respect him, and how much I love Purple Rain, and how much I think he obviously was an absolute genius. But like you said, the songs that you listed are the same ones that I have in my favorite songs playlist. The title track, what'd you say?
Do Me Baby.
That one.
The last song.
So I mean, there's 3 good songs that I really like, and then the rest of it, they weren't enough to pull it ahead of other things.
Yeah, I get that.
Doesn't minimize his greatness. It just
it's his best album so far in his career, in my opinion, by far. Much better than For You, and he just sings way too much in falsetto.
But For You. Well, For You's the first one, right?
Yeah, it's not.
No, the one
Dirty Mind.
Prince.
Yeah, and Dirty Mind.
Prince. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this one's better.
I Want to Be Your Lover. That trumps everything that you just said.
Yeah, but he sings the entire thing in falsetto.
I'll take it.
All right.
You ever met Barry Gibb?
I haven't. It's amazing. Knocked me in the chest. He did. Memphis,
known
Tennessee. I walked around
Barry
the corner.
Gibb and I
It
have
was
known
like
each other.
Barry. He's Tony.
Me and Barry Gibb. Anyway, the falsetto thing doesn't knock me out. Number 9 for me is Ghost in the Machine from The Police. I love The Police. I've loved The Police since I was a kid. They are one of my favorite groups ever. I love a group that the hits are great, but then the others, again, I just beat that. I say that all the time, but it's the truth. When you buy a greatest hits and that has the ones that everybody knows, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic is obviously one of them. Spirits in the Material World is a great song too, unless you hate them. Invisible Sun was on a greatest hits that came out when we were in high school, but that's not a radio song. I don't know how much it gets played on the radio. Secret Journey and Darkness are the other 2 on it. I had it on CD, and I actually gave it a chance. Another theme with these podcasts, and I love it. I really do. It's got some. Don't get me wrong. It's got some Police songs that are kind of ska / reggae / whatever you want to call it. That and I'm not picking on, this is not a shot at you, but I could see you looking at me and go, this is annoying.
Yeah.
And they are.
I got annoyed
And the
with
ones that aren't are. They're annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a better word to use than annoying.
No,
Like,
it does. It gets on your nerves.
You're like, really?
I mean, it's unfair for me to sit here and say, because I have bands that I like their sound that I'm sure other people find annoying. There's so many bands that have a certain sound that if you can listen to it forever, if it's in your wheelhouse, or you can only take so much of it before you got to switch.
Yeah.
And for the Police, for me, are like that. I like Synchronicity, and there's 3 songs on there I love, but even the hits on this one I find annoying. I listened to the whole thing. It didn't make anywhere on my list, but I mean, I know how much you love the Police, and it's just weird. It's just funny how different our taste can be about things. And it's about you had access to this when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about K-Tel. Like,
Right.
the 2 hits were on K-Tel.
Right.
Invisible Sun wasn't. Like, the other songs I'm talking about, I didn't find them until we would have been
Right.
either late teenagers or in college.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have it. Now, could I have? Yeah, but
I mean, this is my point. When we talked about this before, we didn't have access to everything. And so you couldn't just give anything a try that you wanted to.
100%.
So the things you had access to, there's going to be some things on my list that I know you don't care much for that I just had access to. And when you listen to it over and over again,
Right.
and you like it, and that's just, I think, the case with, the Police they do not have that sound. For me, which
Yeah.
some people are going to be like, don't hate on me. That's just my truth.
I mean, I was thinking about this earlier today before you got here. Yeah, your taste and my taste are not as similar as my taste and Chad's taste is, and it doesn't make it mine right, yours wrong, or vice versa. It's just,
You know what's funnier is I share more taste with Chad than I do with you also.
but it does, but that doesn't, but that to me that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, but it's true.
Because, like, you were going to jump off the roof because of Depeche Mode, and he and I
He
both love
loves
it.
Depeche
You're
Mode.
not as big an excess
Dude,
fan.
I gave
He and
that a
I love
try.
it.
But I don't dislike. But yeah, you're right. But there's stuff that him and I, that, like you were making fun of Corey Hart the other day. Him and I had a conversation about that.
I like Corey Hart. I wasn't making fun of you. It's just
You
like
saw you only had one album.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's all right. Again, I'm not riffing on
he had
the
he had 3
Police.
good songs.
You want me to go on to number 8?
Yep, I do.
Number 8 is Men at Work, Business as Usual, and I can't believe how close
Never
we
heard
were
of
on that. But you said every song that I liked. There was one, I think, underground that I liked that you didn't list. That doesn't mean you didn't like it. But I will say this: there's 3 or 4 that I don't like, and I really don't like them. But so this is not a no skip for me. But it has like 6 songs on it that I really like, and I love the hits off of it. So it's one of those that, and I love Be Good Johnny, and it's just better than what you'd think it was going to be.
Yeah, the songs that you were mentioning, you don't have to name them. Like, I think one of them is Automation or something.
Mm-hmm.
When I listened to it last night or yesterday or whenever it was, I don't think they're automatic skips, but you're like, when you skip through it, having listened to it before, you're like, yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't need
I don't
this.
hate it. I just don't. It wasn't going to pull it anywhere.
I'm being really picky. That's a good album, and I'm just being as picky as I can because there has to be a difference between that and why I picked 7 and why I picked 6.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, you and I we're being a little chattier maybe today than normal, but that's
okay.
it's fine. But I'm going to say this before I move on being
Okay.
extra chatty. I was looking at something for one of the albums, and it was like we've almost turned ourselves into rock critics in this. I mean, I'm not saying,
Yeah.
but we are.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading about an album, and I'll get to it when we get to my number 4 album. But, like, we've listened to so much music this month trying to get caught back up or re-listen or be that, like, so in a way we are. We're like, no, this doesn't get
I
me.
find myself being extra picky and finding things to pick apart about it instead of finding and then I stop and I think this album has 6 out of 10 bangers. I really like it.
Right.
Quit picking it apart. It's really good. It's just not perfect. And there's a couple of perfect albums this year, I think.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think
Yeah,
this
I
is
think
a
we're
great
going to
year.
get to that.
I think this
here.
is a
We
great
may
year.
not agree, but
Number 8 is Private Eyes from Hall & Oates. I love Hall & Oates. Daryl Hall's voice is one of the best voices from our youth. I love them. and every one of their albums has at least. Well, that's not true. Don't use the word every. The majority of their albums from our youth had at least 2 really, really good songs on them.
Yeah.
This one had I Can't Go For That on it, which is like Michael Jordan on the 1986 Bulls. That song by itself can drag that team into winning some games just because of how great it is. Like, I Can't Go For That. It's one of the best songs ever. It is so good. I
think Private Eyes is one of their best songs ever.
Yeah, and it's really, really good, but it ain't I Can't Go For That.
Yeah.
And
so
then
this is number 12 on my list, by the way. It barely missed my top 10.
And then the one that wouldn't have probably got radio play, but somehow I would have heard it, is Your Imagination, which is towards the end, if not the last song. And they did like a remix version of it. I don't mean like wooka wooka, it's not like techno or
Run
something.
DMC here.
It's not a techno remix, but it's kind of not even sped up. It's just it's so good. Like they're really good. They were really, really, really good. And they maybe had the worst album covers, but they had some really, really good music.
Yeah, that one's really good. Really
Did
good.
It in a Minute is on that, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I know it sounds silly that you picked it, but I mean, I don't want to speak,
My
like
I said, it's number 12
to stream, so your laptop is research, but
it was in my top 10. I don't have that album listed out, but you ready for number 7?
Yep.
Okay, I got to get ready to defend
Lucky number
myself.
7. What crappy album are you putting here?
This is by various artists, and it's called the Heavy Metal Soundtrack. And I know Tony loves them, and I think I just said
I didn't
tracked
even know this was it.
again.
I was
Have
totally right. Crappy.
You remember I used to say, of course you do, I used to say open wrong, open, still might sometimes. Have you heard me say tracked on here? I've caught myself listening to this and I say tracked instead of track, soundtracked. Anyway, I'm working on it. So the Heavy Metal Soundtrack has 16 songs on it. I like 13 of them. Most of them are made for the album. Even Mob Rules. This is the version on this album is different than the one that appears later in the year on that album. And I love Stevie Nicks' Blue Lamp is on this. Cheap Trick's got a couple. I Must Be Dreamin' and Reach Out. Sammy Hagar's Heavy Metal. Devo's on this, and that with a song that's on their album. But most of it is written for this movie. And it's just like an homage to heavy metal, the magazine, the cartoon. It's just pop culture. And it was just such a meaningful album to me growing up. It's had so much on it. And so many different people from Blue Oyster Cult to Nazareth. I just love it. And I know you don't like soundtracks, so we'll just move on.
Like soundtracks. I just don't think they fit on here unless we've had this discussion. Another thing we talk about a lot. I mean, the things that you mentioned is it what's the Devo song on it?
Whip It. No, I'm just kidding. It's Working in a Coal Mine.
Yeah, that's on one of their albums.
Yeah, the
like
same
you
year.
said. Yeah.
And
heavy metal from Sammy Hagar is on an album.
But like Mob Rules was written for this, and then they put it on their album and named their album because it was successful on here.
I'll have to fact check you on that.
You fact check.
I will fact check you on that.
Okay, do it.
I don't think I've ever listened to it because again,
it's a great double album.
My thing is not putting soundtracks on there unless. Well, I've never put a soundtrack on there.
Yeah,
so.
This one you can't ignore.
You go right ahead.
All right. What's
number
your number 7?
Is boy, it doesn't get better drum-wise. Gets rarely better drum-wise than a guy named Neil Peart. And Moving Pictures from Rush. Not many albums start with a better banger hit song, just get you going. Like, you listen to Tom Sawyer today, you go back when I was 10, hear Tom Sawyer, it does the same thing to you that it did back when 45 years ago. So good. I really liked the album. I thought it was higher. The more I shook it out, it wasn't. The song, though, the funny thing is, the song that I listen to the most off of it is The Camera Eye, which is really good. Vital Signs is the last song on it. YYZ is good, too, obviously. overall, like it doesn't have a single one on it that I'm like automatic skip, but I will. I did buy it on vinyl when I started the record deal 2 years ago. I really like it. Geddy Lee's voice is not one of my favorites, and I've tried to listen to all their other albums, and I have, but I love their hits.
Yeah.
But
that album's great, and it's number 17 on my list, which sounds blasphemous, but it's their best album, I think. And but I just have a lot of albums that I like this year. I had 20 at some time or another were in my top 10, moving stuff in and out. Neil Peart's probably one of the top 2 greatest drummers of all time.
He's definitely in the club with John Bonham and Keith Moon.
And Geddy Lee's voice doesn't annoy me. I like his voice, which is crazy because I'm not a huge Rush fan. But I respect those guys musically. They're insane.
Yeah, if you've never seen that video have you ever seen this video? It's like at a Baltimore Ravens football game. There's like they have like this band like of old people, not like a music like a band like a high school like a marching band, whatever. And here's this old guy who probably years ago, he's probably our age now, but you hear it on the video, the sound playing in the background. They're playing Tom Sawyer on the loudspeakers. And this old guy sitting there in his parka in the rain, air drumming to it. It's not funny like laughing at him. It's just like, that's hilarious because he's sitting by this drum. Like Google that because you'll see what I'm saying. It's just funny. Like that song is so good. That is such a great song.
Yeah. And
I know if you're a huge Rush fan, and I have friends who are, and you do too, I'm not saying that's the greatest song because it was most popular. That's not what I'm saying. I'm actually a Fly By Night guy. Fly By Night is one of my favorite songs.
Closer to the Heart. Yeah. Yep, I love that
song.
So
I'm just saying, but it is a great song.
Yeah. Yeah, if you love Rush and that's in your wheelhouse, this album is great, and they're awesome. They're not exactly my wheelhouse. I get tired of them after a while, but I'm not saying anything bad about them.
Right.
Ready for number 6?
Yep.
I so wanted this to be number 4. Foreigner 4 came in at number 6, and this song just comes out swinging with Nightlife, Jukebox Hero, Waiting for a Girl Like You, and Break It Up. And then I really like the song Luann, and then Urgent, and then there's 2 more songs I like, and another one at the end, Don't Let Go, that I love. My brother had this album. This is one of those access things, I'm sure. I mean, it's famous for being a great album. It's nearly a no-skip for me. The Girl on the Moon can stay there. That's being rock critic picky. It's a really good album and has a lot of memories for me when I was a kid.
My number 6 is Foreigner 4. I agree with like everything you just said. Obviously the hits are hits. I'll say at 55, I'm over Jukebox Hero.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear it again.
But it has to be on my jukebox.
Urgent's a hit or miss. What kind of mood am I in?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for a Girl Like You. I don't have to wait anymore because I have that girl, so I don't need love songs as much as I used to.
But you did wait like 3 years.
I waited
so
forever.
That's like your song.
Yeah, I waited forever. But you're right. Break It Up. When you go back and listen to it, Nightlife is the first one on it. That's a good song.
Yeah. Yep.
Not great, but good.
Yeah.
Break It Up is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that piano intro. Luann, how underrated is Luann?
I love Luann.
Yeah. Like when I had it on vinyl. It's one of the last probably vinyls I got. And you're like, damn, this song's good.
I know. They get after it.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's really good.
And then, like you said, Don't Let It Go. I was listening to it last night. And I'm like, that's pretty good. You're right about the others. From Urgent to Don't Let It Go, they could have just left them off and made it an EP or something.
Yeah.
But the songs we named, Break It Up, Luann, and Don't Let It Go, are great.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Ory, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
To the Shaq and Kobe's of the others.
Yeah. It's really a good album.
Yeah, it is.
Really good.
Number 5.
Oh, that's right. That was your number 6 also. Number 5.
I guarantee you're 5 and it's not my 5.
Probably not. Ozzy Osbourne had 2 albums came out this year. Technically, he released this in late 1980 overseas, but It didn't come to us till 81, so we're counting it as an 81 album.
Because it is.
And this album is amazing. It comes out with I Don't Know, Crazy Tane, which is a new song he's doing, just leaving out the R, trying to save money and time. I Don't Know, Crazy Train, Goodbye to Romance, and then Suicide Solution got bad press, but I love that song. And Mr. Crowley's a good song, and I love Steal Away the Night. There's a couple songs in there that you can get tired of Ozzy after a while. I just don't. I just love him. And the other album didn't make the top 10. This one's better. I miss him every day.
I love Ozzy. You know, like it didn't make my top 10, and it should have. It's one of those where like, are you really not putting that in there? His first solo album, obviously we're both huge Black Sabbath fans. We just love them. And I even like Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio too.
Absolutely.
So it's not like that. But it didn't. But yeah, the songs you named, it's, you know, and the funny thing about that Suicide Solution thing, like, I mean, look at the lyrics. It's obvious what they're singing about. It's obviously what he's singing about. But he was a lightning rod at the time.
Yeah, he was,
and self-induced. He brought a lot of it on himself.
Yeah,
you know, and at a time where which is insane that I almost said that you can get more truth now because the internet. Well, that's not true.
That's clearly not true.
But rumors got passed differently when we were kids than they do today.
Yeah.
Harder to fact check. Well, whatever. And anyway, you're right. Really, really good album. Not in my top 10. No. Not. I have no.
I can't get enough of Ozzy for some reason, and that's not it's not even close to my favorite Ozzy album, and it's number 5 of this year.
Yeah,
it's really good though.
When you mentioned that you could get tired of him, I think he made a lot of music that was just like,
yeah,
you know, like
There's
he did. He made a lot of filler, but boy, when they weren't fillers, they were pretty darn good.
Yeah,
and he just
really good.
You know, and he was who he was. So, and wasn't all of the negative things that he tried to portray. My number 5 is something I'm pretty sure is not in your top 10, and probably not in your Just Miss because you're not a big fan of this band. But I think, and one of our dear friends, Kevin Moon, would think I'm 100% wrong about it, but I love Abacab from Genesis. I think it's their best album, at least from the Phil Collins years, by far. It's so good. I liked it as a kid, and I love it more now. If it wasn't for maybe one song, and I can't think of what the name of it is necessarily off the top of my head, it'd almost be a no skip for me, which is insane. I love it. I absolutely love it. I had it on cassette, CD, vinyl. I know I say this every episode, but I mean, honestly, when you think about that, if you bought it on cassette when you were a little kid, then you got it on CD when you got into your 20s, and then you're 54 years old and it's one of the first ones you order on vinyl, you clearly like it that much to do that. Obviously a title track, blah, 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 No Reply at All. Keep It Dark is amazing. Like It or Not is the second to last song that no one has ever heard unless you're a Genesis fan. And it's just a really good song. And it's not the poppy Invisible Touch song, and it's not B, the goofy Genesis song. It's just a good song. And then the last one I have, Me and Sarah Jane. That album is so good. So good. I love it.
Yep. It's not on my list.
Yep.
And I knew it would be higher on your list.
Yeah, you don't
and
like
I gave
them.
it a chance, and it's just not me. So I'm not going to make fun of it at all. It's obviously a successful
They really
album,
screwed up by not putting any of their songs on a soundtrack. If they put their songs on a soundtrack, you'd be all
okay. Well, see,
they wrote this song for this soundtrack, for this cartoony movie, comic book movie.
Who hurt you? When you were little, who hurt you? Seriously, I want to know.
You did.
Why are you like
soundtrack
this?
Crap. Number 4. Gosh, we're getting there.
Number 4.
We're getting
Journey
there. Sun's
Escape.
coming out here in Mason City too.
Journey Escape. And I'm sure this is higher up for you, and the smell is picking up as the sun comes out.
Mason City, if you're not a Illini Central person and you're hearing this, you are like, what are they talking about? And if you are a person from home, you are going.
There's a plant,
Yeah.
a stone throws that way, that they take dead animals from the side of the road all over the state and they bring them here.
Oh, farmers bring them too.
Yeah, everybody. Just bring them, drop them off, and they're going to make them into dog food. It is fantastic.
Let's stay on this tangent for 1 second.
All right.
So over my shoulder that way is the town, one of the parks. There's two parks. And when Ron and I are still living in Macomb, one of my players, an 8th grader, he and I got to talking tennis. And we would play pickleball like before school or after school. This was when I was driving back and forth from Macomb to Easton every day.
Wow.
So so when we finally decided we were moving to Mason City, Evan Kryling, shout out Evan Kryling, he says to me when we're playing tennis this one day, he goes, whatever you do, don't buy a house on this end of town because how bad it smells. And here we sit. Here we sit. We're sitting.
Well, it was cheap. I couldn't believe how cheap the property was.
So yeah,
it smells like an animal died next door or in the pool. It's bad.
Here's the bad thing. A good friend, shout out to another person, Herb List. He's like, you can tell when they bring a bunch of chickens out there, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then you can, and then you're like, I didn't want to know that.
We were gonna have chicken tonight.
I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know what dead chickens smell like, but now I do. So yeah,
I'm glad you can tell the difference.
We always pray when we have friends over. Like we have like a bunch of friends over in the summer. Like, please don't open the door, because what they call it here in Mason City is they open the doors.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like if they keep everything shut up, but like in the middle of a 113 heat index, imagine working in it.
No, I cannot, and I will not.
They would take kids on field trips out there, and I'm like, I ain't going.
Why would you do that?
You know?
Once it got in trouble. All right, you kids had the worst grades on your STAR testing.
Who gets to go on that field trip? The troublemakers.
You, and you. Get on the bus.
All right. Who doesn't have good grades? You're going to National Buy.
This would be hilarious if it didn't smell so freaking bad.
Where are you guys going on field trip? Well, we're going to Six Flags because we got good grades. Where are the other kids going to go? They got to go to the death plant.
They're going to go smell fat people's butts for an hour. Well, that sounds
that's
better.
Not appropriate. That's mean.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail the conversation. But yeah, it's not good.
Yep. Okay, you're number 4.
My number 4.
Now that we've talked about
has
National
nothing to do
Buy,
with that.
we're like not doing very good.
I'm sure this is on your list and higher. Journey Escape. It's an all-time great album. It has some that I will skip, but that's being picky. It has 4, 5, 6 songs on it that I really, really, really like. Don't Stop Believing, Stone in Love, Who's Crying Now. You're going to talk about all this, Escape, Open Arms, Keep on Running, and I'm sure there's more. I think you like this album probably more than me.
Yeah, I won't talk about it because it's coming up.
Okay.
So,
what's your number 4?
my number 4 should have been number 3, but my number 3 should have been number 3 too. So number 4 gets to be number 4.
That's good.
From one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm the president of the fan club, and I have their lead singer on my T-shirt right now, holding a Jack Daniels bottle. My favorite frontman ever, David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen. Alex and Michael Anthony gave us Fair Warning in 1981. Fair Warning is good, and we talked about it on the phone last night.
Yeah.
And you're not a Van Halen guy. You don't hate him, but you're not nearly in love with them as I am. I mean, I'm in love with them and have been for a long, long time.
And I will give you full credit. This album is really good. It's just like Van Halen scaled down and raw, and it's really good.
Yeah, and I was, like, it's not like I was proud of you like you're my kid, but last night I was like, well, at least you gave it a chance because you've kind of, again, you don't hate them, but you don't love them, and it's raw is the right way to describe it. It's not as polished. It doesn't have a bunch of covers on it.
Yep.
It's just, and honestly, Mean Streets is the first song. And that's Eddie Van Halen doing, like, it leads in with his guitar mastery, magical, whatever he does. And Matt Rumler, our dear friend who likes the godforsaken Celtics, he and I talked about it, just how great an album it is. Sinner's Swing is so good. It's funny, it has, like, the first time I'd ever listened to, I had owned an album that they said the F word in it. I'm like, how are they getting away with that? And honestly, looking back, you didn't. It's amazing. Like, that was before you put parental advisories on it. Like, you just didn't hear a lot of albums that swore to that level on it. I mean, it was quick. It's in and out, whatever. But
I had a couple of Prince albums pretty early.
yeah,
so they
yeah,
were,
he pushed the
they were
limits
pretty sweary.
too. Yeah.
No, but you hear something every now and then, you're like, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So This Is Love is towards the end. I looked online, and it was one of the songs that was released off of it. Boy, it ends up with two songs I really, really don't like, though, and that's ended up being what drug it down. Is the last two songs on it. One of them's an instrumental.
Yeah.
The last song is like One Foot Out the Door, and then whatever the second to last song, and I'm drawing a blank. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I won't say anything, but I don't like it, and I've never liked it. I didn't like it when I was 10, 15, 45. But it's a really, really good Van Halen album.
Yeah, it's. I would say it's an underrated Van Halen album, and I'm going to talk about the exact same thing with my number 3. My number 3 is Duran Duran's self-titled album, and this is what it made me think of when we were talking on the phone the other day. It reminds me of Kill 'Em All by Metallica, not the Duran Duran album, but how Kill 'Em All is just like garage band. It's so raw, but you can tell it's Metallica. Like that Van Halen album is so raw, but you can tell that it's Van Halen. You know by the sound, it just sounds very early, and it just sounds. There's something about that that's so good before they get super popular and everything gets overdubbed and all the work they do on it. This Duran Duran album starts out 6 for 6 for me, with 2 more songs that I really like on it. Girls on Film, great video. I love the song Planet Earth. Anyone out there, Careless Memories, Is There Something I Should Know is also, I love that song. And I secretly love the song Night Boat. It's my favorite video by Duran Duran. And then Sound of Thunder and Friends of Mine are great. If they would have left Tel Aviv off, it'd be like a perfect album. I can't say enough about it. How good this album is, and it probably doesn't get the credit because it doesn't have Hungry Like the Wolf or Rio or New Moon on Monday or Wild Boys. It doesn't have any of that. I don't know how you feel about this album.
Well, it's not my top 10.
And I knew you'd be surprised. I'm as surprised as anybody how high this ended up.
Your sisters are really proud of you. They love you more now than they probably did before, which that wouldn't be. Anyway, I don't know. I listened to it again this morning, kind of flipped through it. But, I mean, you're right. It's Planet Earth is great, great, great. Maybe one of my favorite Duran Duran songs. Although The Chauffeur is one of my favorite Duran. That's one of my favorite Duran.
See,
songs.
Some of these are odd Duran Duran songs that underground famous kind of.
I thought that it would be in my top 10. I really did. Like when I started throwing this junk together, I thought it would be up there, and it just wasn't. Yeah. And not because it's terrible, just because other things I just like more. So
it's probably my favorite Duran Duran album.
Oh, that's blasphemous.
No,
that's
it
ridiculous.
is. It
I don't know
really
how you
is.
can say that.
But you didn't listen to as much Duran Duran.
No,
I listened to more Duran Duran than probably any other guy.
Any
in
other
Illinois.
Teenage boy in Vermont, Illinois.
I should hate them as much as I listened to it, but I don't.
You love your sisters.
I do.
Okay, so
all right. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is a guy, Billy Squier. Don't Say No. And when you were a kid, I had, The Stroke was on multiple K-Tel albums, and that was how you got introduced to Billy Squier. This was his second album. I'm pretty sure I looked that up. This album is so freaking good. It has, Guitar Hero hits on it. It's got radio hits on it, like I said, The Stroke, Lonely is the Night. In the Dark is how it opens. Yikes. You can't turn In the Dark up loud enough. It's so good. But then you got 2 Days Gone, days spelt spelled Daze. Get it, Billy?
We get it.
Yep. I Need You is the second to last song, and Don't Say No is the last song. Those are songs that I never heard them as kids, and I've listened to them since I've got Spotify and whatever. I never owned this. That tells you something. I never had it on CD, vinyl, cassette. I really did. I liked him, but didn't love him. So it's not like, boy, this is sentimental. It's not. It's just really good. And it beat out a Van Halen album, so you know how good it is. Because I really thought, how are you putting this ahead of Fair Warning? And I am.
So number 2 on my list is Don't Say No by Billy Squier. And I agree 100% with everything that you said. There's a couple of songs on it that are not very good. That's like if he would have done what Bobby Brown did and just left 2 songs off and it only had 7 or 8 instead of 11, it'd have been a perfect album.
But the funny thing is they're not awful.
They're not awful. They're unnecessary.
They're when you are doing what we were doing that you don't listen to them. Like that's what I mean. Like,
right, but there's 2
here,
more that are good that never got radio play.
If we were in the pool over there, yeah, true, that's true. If we were in the pool over there, we wouldn't go, hurry up, grab your phone, or tell your watch to skip it. You'd still listen, but they're not to the level of the ones that are either A, the hits, or B, the others.
This album's great, and Billy Squier doesn't get enough credit for everything that he did in the 80s. If we were talking about this a while ago about most influential albums or most influential people, if you were to sit down and go, what's the most 10 most influential bands from the 80s or singers, he wouldn't be in the primary, he wouldn't be in the secondary, and he wouldn't be in the tertiary. He'd be on this ancillary list of like these, like you've got your primary friends and family and your secondary, like who's had the most impact on you. He's like just an amazing impact on the 80s, how he like brings 70s metal into the 80s the way he does, and it's a smooth transition. But I don't know how he doesn't get more credit than what he gets. He's not a household name like everybody else.
Yeah, and it's just funny that like there's a generation of kids who do know that Lonely is the Night because they played it on Guitar Hero.
They played on Guitar Hero. Yeah.
And that says something. I mean, that's funny but you're right. I mean, one thing that got him, and we've joked about it before, is in '84 he put out Signs of Life, and the not All Night Long. What is the video?
Oh, the stupid one from your senior year.
No, the video for Rock Me Tonight.
Rock Me Tonight.
Yeah. It's the goofiest video. Like
the one who's in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Like
why he agreed to. That was '84. Why he agreed to do that video, I'll never know. But anyway, he was just so good, so good. My number 2. I'm not sure there's a better singer ever than Steve Perry. I don't know. You go back and listen to their albums, and you listen to his vocal range, and you listen to their hits and their not hits. Steve Perry was something else, and Journey's album Escape is just so good. It's loaded. What does it go? 6 for 6 to start, I think. Like
you,
that's
5 out of 6.
That says something.
Yeah.
That says something. And don't even, I was looking, Don't Stop Believing is like, I don't know how many, I'm me and math. It's going to turn 3 billion streams by the end of this year. That's insane. Stone in Love is one of the best songs ever. Keep on Running.
Who's Crying
Still
Now?
They Ride.
Still They Ride. Escape.
I lay it down is what I have, and then Open Arms. This kid I know wrote the lyrics to it for his girlfriend when she went away to college that summer, in '88. So that always has a special place in his heart. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that album is undeniable. You can rag on Journey and this and that and whatever, and to be honest, you're entirely wrong, because that album is pretty darn good.
They would be in the primary group of what made the 80s the 80s.
Well, they're really, really freaking good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So we're down to our number ones.
But we're going to do the just missed first.
Absolutely. So 15 through 11. What just missed for me? Paradise Theater by Styx has Too Much Time on My Hands, The Best of Times, and Snowblind.
Two great songs. The first two.
Yeah, and another one. And if you listen to Styx a lot, you might like it. I like it enough. I had a friend that loved it and ran it in the ground for us, but somehow I still kind of like them. So they're not. It's good. And then Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman. I said, that one album was clearly better. So both of them are in my top 15. That's got Over the Mountain, Flying High Again, and the title track.
Yes.
And then, of course, Ozzy's former band makes number 13, Mob Rules. That album, for not having Ozzy on it, Bronny James Dio, those guys, that's a really good album. Then I had Private Eyes we talked about earlier, and you don't love Pat Benatar like I do, but Pat Benatar, Precious Time, has Promises in the Dark and Fire and Ice. Those are the hits. She covers Helter Skelter. I like the rest of the stuff, but if you don't like Pat Benatar, you're not going to like the rest of the stuff. But her husband is probably the most underrated guitar player. What's his name? Neil Gerardo. He's awesome. He doesn't get enough credit. That album's good. So, what just missed for you?
Number 5. No, these aren't in any order. So Duran Duran, that album could have been on there.
There's a breeze.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah. It's
a good one.
It stinks. Yeah.
Okay. Duran
I
Duran.
live here. Yeah. Stay focused. Duran Duran. Too Fast for Love, the debut album from Motley Crue.
Absolutely.
So good. Live Wire is how Motley Crue was introduced to the world, and it was a great introduction. This the first song is so good. Belladonna from Stevie Nicks, obviously really good. Leather and Lace, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, and Edge of 17 is on that one.
That's got Edge of 17 on it?
I think so.
Oh, I think you're right.
Well, you could Google it, but I'm fairly sure I'm right, but
I'm
probably
you're
wrong.
Right. I'm kidding.
Blizzard of Oz, obviously,
Good
we already
album.
talked about it. And how about Freeze Frame from the Jay Giles Band? I love the song Flamethrower. Flamethrower, when I was a kid, I was like, is this a good song? And as an adult, I'm like, yes, young Tony, that is a great song. That's a really freaking great song. Like, really, really, really good. Yeah, centerfold, blah, 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 whatever. Pete Wolf, lead singer. Pete Wolf, good lead singer.
Yep.
The guy that I buy my records from, he put out his solo album that came out in '84 the other day. It's all I could do to I don't even know what other songs on it. I just,
Really?
Lights Out. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that song?
Yep.
Good song. So those are my 5.
Okay.
Just missed. First out of the tournament.
It's a good list. So my number 1 overall is Belladonna by Stevie Nicks. And yes, Leather and Lace is on it.
Well, I know that. But
And so I'm going to have to
that's not the song I was
explain
questioning.
this. But this is a no-skip album for me. And your friend Caleb is absolutely right about this album. The only way I can explain this is there's certain things that are just in your wheelhouse. And I have people that are close to me. My wife's best friend hates Stevie Nicks with a passion. People that hate her voice. I love her voice. I love Stevie Nicks. And what she does between the numbers of 4 and 7, never getting too low and never getting too high, is right in my wheelhouse of what I just love. It's like comfort. Belladonna, Kind of Woman, and obviously Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. I like song Think About It. After the Glitter Fades, I love Edge of 17, and then How Still My Love, and then Leather and Lace with Don Henley, which part of what makes, and there's 2 more songs, and I love the Highwayman at the end. Don Henley and Tom Petty help make this album what it is. It's a great album all the way through, no skip. And I wore my favorite shirt today to explain this. This is my favorite shirt, and I could look at you, Tony, and I could say, you've got to get this shirt. I love the way it feels, fits. I love the color. It's just my favorite shirt right now. And that's what Belladonna is like. It just fits. And I can tell you to listen to it again, and I can give you my shirt, and you'll be like, it's fine for you, but it doesn't fit me. And if you've never listened to this whole album, I'm telling you, try it on. If it doesn't fit, it's not your size, you don't like it. But if you do, it is perfection. It's her best album. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, it's her best album. And I love her. I just wore a Stevie Nicks t-shirt to work 2 days ago. Like, I did. Yeah. Like, you're wearing a Thundercat shirt. Like, you got to get a Stevie Nicks shirt if it's going to be your favorite shirt.
No,
I just, for something to be an absolute no skip, that's pretty big words out of you, buddy.
I know.
No skip. Not a single one.
And this isn't one that I grew up on. This is one that I would have come across later in life. And every song just lives right in that wheelhouse of what I like. And that's
all this is about.
It's got enough angst in it. It's got enough. There's depression. There's heartache. But like I said, she never gets too high, never gets too low. There's just something about her.
I love her to. I love her to death. One of the most beautiful, talented people ever.
Absolutely.
And
it was on your just miss list.
Well, the songs that my number one isn't even on any of your list. But
can I guess yours?
No, because you looked at it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, no, I mean, I love her. She's so talented. She's amazing. And she's like, some of the best stories are from her, you know, wow. And yet I just don't agree with when you put the title No Skip on something,
it just is.
And when you discuss music with somebody and they tell you their no skip list, you'll find out what they know and what they don't know.
This shirt just fits, man.
It does fit.
It just fits.
It fits you perfect. All right. My number one is probably the last great album from, great album. They've had other good ones since then, but unless I'm missing something in my head that I can't think of. The Rolling Stones put out Tattoo You in 1981. And the Rolling Stones were never my favorite band ever. They were never to the level of Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or when we were kids, Kiss. They were never they've never been my favorite group. And Tattoo You starts out with a song. We did the mocking thing of last week about the final countdown. And like, you haven't been in a gymnasium for pregame basketball warm-up where you haven't heard Start Me Up, that's it. This album is my number one, not because of Start Me Up, but because of the other great songs that aren't that song that was the main hit off of it. If you've never listened to it, but you like the Stones, you've made a huge mistake because it is loaded with really good songs that didn't really get on the radio. Waiting on a Friend did. Like I said, Start Me Up did. Slave, Worried About You. There's a song called Tops. And then the last song I wrote down is No Use in Crying. I could listen to the song No Use in Crying every day and not be mad about it. And you've never heard that song unless you listened to it. Right, you just listened to it.
Yeah.
And, how do we dance around the top? We've known people in our lives, in your life, my life, who love the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
And you were a moron if you didn't realize their greatness.
Right.
That being said, this album is great. It really, really, really is. It might not be better than Let It Bleed from them or depending on, what version of the Stones you...
Some Girls.
Is it better than that? I don't know.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, Some Girls is obviously one of the top 2 or 3. Exile on Main Street, Your Brother, we've talked about that.
That's the one with the zipper on the front.
No, that's Sticky Finger. Well, that's Sticky Fingers. But this album, I would assume by most Stones fans' belief, is not one of those.
Correct.
For me, it is. I love it. I love
And
it.
I knew
I
that.
love it. I love it.
I knew it was going to be in your top 5. I didn't know if it would still stay number 1, but
I love it.
yeah,
It's so good.
Funny enough, I don't dislike it. It didn't make my top 20, which is unbelievable about this year that I had that many albums that I listened to and liked.
Well, but what's crazy is, and again, not busting you, but like you thought this was a bad year, and like
Originally,
Yeah.
but I had paid the least amount of attention to it, and so when I looked at it, I never saw any yellow highlights, which means it's in my top 25, and so it just looked weak. And
Yeah.
and at one time, obviously my top 3 or my 3 of my top 4 ended up staying in the same order. Just Duran crept up in there. Anyway. Good year. You want to talk about some albums that got released that maybe
let's
need
talk
to be
about
mentioned?
not albums, but let's talk about things
Okay,
that
let's
should
talk
be
about things.
mentioned. What
Okay.
Let's talk about what should be mentioned from 81, song, album, artist, whatever.
Def Leppard, High and Dry.
No,
Not great, but again, it's another album that I thought you could tell it sounded like Def Leppard. You could tell it was Def Leppard. It was kind of raw. And again, it didn't have the one like banger song like the Motley Crue one had, but it was good. I didn't mind it. I never skipped anything on it. Allied Forces by Triumph, Wild Eyed Southern Boys by 38 Special. These are both albums that are good all the way through. They just, to me, didn't have the bangers on it to move them up on the list. Do you want to do a few?
Olivia Newton-John hit us with Physical in 1981. Yeah. Let's get physical. Great video. She she was on top of the world a lot of times during our youth, and that was one of them.
That was.
We've talked about K-Tel Records in the past. K-Tel put out something in 81 called High Voltage. I had it on 8-track, and it broke, and then I had it on cassette after, and it had a ton of great songs on it. A guy named Gino Vanelli, Living Inside Myself. If you haven't heard that song,
Okay.
or if you have and you've forgotten about it, you're welcome. Go back and listen to it. How about the Tom Tom Club? It had people from the Talking Heads that broke off. There's a song called Genius of Love, and you would know it. So I'm throwing these out because I want you, if you're listening to it, that if you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, go listen to it. It's been used in commercials. And I'll say one more and then you can go.
I'm going to do a couple more.
Okay. I got one more I've got more than that, but I'll do one more and then you can go. Greatest hits from a guy named Ted Nugent called Great Gonzos. We learned some stuff when we were kids, when we got our hands on some of the things that Ted would sing about, girl related. We were like, oh boy,
Mr. Wholesome American.
You can't play that out loud.
Yeah.
Don't care for him. Don't turn it into that.
Just
Here we go. Yep.
All right, here's a couple
Here
more
we
things
go.
that came out.
Goodness.
Get Lucky, Loverboy. I know what a huge Loverboy fan you are. Working
That's
Class
you.
Dog by Dr. Noah Drake came out that year. That had 2 songs on it that I really like. What's the second one? The I've Done Everything for You. Used to have that on 45. But
It's called Jesse's Girl.
I know Jesse's Girl. I'm talking about the other. Everybody knows Jesse's Girl, you moron. I tell you what, guys, when you work with somebody for so long, first of all, how dare you?
What?
What?
What? Bring up Ted Nugent.
Just
Jeez,
don't.
good night.
Don't shit in my mouth and call it a Sunday.
Okay. All right. It took that sideways turn there. Face Value from Phil Collins came out, which gave us In the Air Tonight, one of the greatest songs ever played in Miami Vice. Whenever I think of it, I think of the guy Michael Mann. We've talked about Michael Mann before, who knew just how to use the right music.
He knew how to use music.
Frankie and the Knockouts had a song called Sweetheart. It was on that High Voltage, and you're smirking. Go listen to that. Write it down. Frankie and the Knockouts. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm not smirking at you. I was just thinking. I was already thinking ahead. I'm not active listening like I usually do.
Rick Springfield, you mentioned. Did you know that he already? I was gonna say on this. Oh, it's his first album. Well, I was like, I better research that.
Mhm.
He put out 2 albums before that, and like
No
6
doubt it.
people have listened to him. And then this one was the one that everybody learned.
He
who
was
Rick
Mr.
Springfield
Trying to do everything. He was trying to
Right.
break it in something, acting, music, whatever he could.
Speaking of Rick James.
Rick James had
put
an
out
album.
Super Freak. Super Freak is when a little kid in the middle of Illinois learned who Rick James was. Was Super Freak. And then this is my last one.
All right.
Merle Haggard, who I love, and George Jones, who I love, country singers clearly, put out albums that year. George put out one, The Same Old Me, just classic country song. Like it doesn't have a lot of other hits on it. And then I told you Merle Haggard put out Big City,
Yep.
and the song Are the Good Times Really Gone for Good? And I was saying last night we were on the phone, it's funny that a country western guy, clearly, whatever, country western singer, is complaining about people not wanting to work and this and that and the things that aren't good in 81. And some of the things that are still good all these years they're all these years later we're still dealing
Still
with
relevant.
It. So, yep, still relevant.
Yeah, I got to give that a listen.
Yeah, I love it.
So a couple more things that came out that year. Pink Floyd released a collection of great dance songs. ZZ Top's
Which
El Loco,
he means
greatest hits.
Six greatest
Yep.
hits.
And there's one more. Iron
You
Maiden.
say Los Lobos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
El
that's
Loco. El Loco.
Oh, El Loco. I thought you said Los Lobos.
El Loco
Because I
came
think
out
they
that
put
year.
something out. I don't know what year that was.
Iron Maiden dropped Killers. And I thought there was one more.
El Loco is really. I started listening to that today, and it's not good. Tube Snake Boogie is the best song on that.
Yeah, I love Tube Steak Boogie.
I do too.
Yeah, then there's another
and I
song
love
on there
ZZ
I like,
Top, but that
yeah,
that album is not
No.
what I thought it
yeah,
was.
it was not. But I thought it was worth mentioning. So that's it. 1981. Not as bad as I thought. Next time we get together, we're doing 1984 from the pool.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the camera around. We're gonna be over there. We'll
Turn
do
the
it from the
camera
pool because you had this great
around.
idea to try to do it from the pool. We would have done it today, but Mother Nature has decided that we're back to fall again. Although it's warm here now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it got warm.
Yeah.
I love 81. I think it's got some really good stuff in it. Got some memories attached to these. I don't know whether it's for me in the middle of the pack or towards the end. You have yours, and we won't get into it
Nope.
because we're going to do one of those at the very end. You sent me this screenshot of your point system, and I didn't reply to it last night, not because
You didn't understand it.
No, I understood
Yeah.
it. I understood its butt cheeks, but anyway, we glad you listen. We really are glad that you listen whenever you do.
We are.
And actually we don't care. But
Please
I
let
hope
us
you
know what you think.
Yeah,
and let
we
us know
haven't
if
been
we
getting enough
forgot some
comments
things. Yeah.
on social media. Like if you listen, let us know. We really would like to know what you think. There was a comment on the last one from someone, I'm not sure who it was, but like on YouTube, not Facebook.
Thank
But
you
yeah,
for listening.
and
Made me
whatever.
remember an album that I had forgotten about.
We
so.
love to talk about music.
We love to talk.
Well, that too. So, anyway, make sure that you subscribe if you haven't, and
Hit that like button.
Yeah, like, and yeah, it's good for your self-esteem. All right,
I didn't hear no bell.
right.
Let's do this.
Don't forget, life is good. We'll see you. Bye.